he took his last beating from his aunt, he told her that was the last time she would ever lay hands on him and that he was leaving. And as soon as she finished beating him, he literally walked out of the house with no shoes on and went right to the police station, where he was finally given refuge from 13 years of relentless abuse. Now, this sister or brother's story is not just one of abuse, but it is one of survival. And they are both adults now. And the boy, Eddie Nash, has written their story in a book called A Phoenix Rising, Defining the Moments, a true story of a child's triumph over abandonment and abuse. The young girl in the story's name is Cindy Goodfellow. And some of you met her last week here in church when she was visiting Bill and me from California. I'm telling you this story this morning for several reasons. In the gospel, Jesus refers to himself as the bread of life, and whoever comes to him will not hunger. We all hunger for many things in life, and I don't mean physical things either. Our souls long for a sense of being and belonging. For Cindy and Eddie, they hungered for peace, for stability, for compassion and love. Cindy found it when she would climb her beloved tree in Georgia and talk to Daddy God. Eddie found it walking under 3 trees in the neighborhood where he lived, where he wrote, he would feel an amazing energy come over him. He said, I would stop, then slowly walk, letting my body be filled by an invisible power, reaching that warm, special place we all have inside. They both understood that hunger that somehow they found fulfilled in small ways. And the small ways in which that hunger was fulfilled for them can be found in Paul's letter to the Ephesians this morning, where he writes about the many gifts we are given to be leaders. The text also describes the work of God, that God calls those leaders what to do. And that work that we are called to do is to equip the saints for the work of ministry. Now, we usually think of the word equip to say we're being trained. But equipping is much more than training. Equipping is about restoration and healing. Because the word equip, as one author in his exegesis has stated, comes from an interesting family of Greek words which describe, among other things, the setting of broken bones during surgery, fostering healing, and working for rehabilitation. So mending is from the same family of words as equip. So mending and equipping are related, which means that to equip someone is to weave back together the frayed edges of life and to repair brokenness rather than discard the shattered. It's to help people trust that in spite of what life has done to them and with them, they can be useful again. And in his book, Eddie has acknowledged the many